and you are also working as a manager, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
how is that experience, and how are you paid?
Oh, this is like first year, so they're not paying us, but it's more of an internship kind of situation. And so there's we have it's like you go to the team practices, you have meetings with coaches, and you talk about basketball. You talk about how you could improve the practices and improve the team. And basically, it's like my dream job is to have a job in NBA or like with a very good organization. And I feel like this is the first steps what towards the main goal.
Perfect. So you are learning a lot in sports as well, which is your interest, right?
Definitely,
Okay.
definitely.
So how about your accommodation? Staying with somebody else, as I'm sure because you are an NBA player, you must be touring a lot, so you must be used to staying with somebody else. So it's not new to you. But still, how was it staying with somebody else for a long period of time? That's a different,
Yeah,
where you
definitely.
can understand the person, where you find that the cult, you may not be comfortable with certain habits of that person. So how do you cope up with
Right.
that?
So this first year that I was there, I was with a local. Like he was from Detroit and he was on campus. So we it was a shared room with like two beds in a room. And so we had to first and foremost it was the cleanliness, right? You have to be on the same page about the cleanliness situation. So we each of us had like separate, like not separate, but like we communicated and be like, I'm gonna bring certain things for the room, and you're gonna be doing certain things for the room. Like not as a job, but just because we want the room to be clean for ourselves. And it's just you have to know their schedule when they're going out, because you don't want to create inconvenience for them. So if his exams are going to be there when you are going to be free, you have to let them know, or they have to let me know that I have an exam, so please don't do anything that will be inconvenient for me. So it's more of a communication again, and then that's how you make friends. But if you don't talk to them, if you don't really pay attention to the cleanliness or hygiene, it's going to be difficult. And you have RAs on every floor, which are the residents that take care of the whole building, or like wherever you live. Like they are the in charge of the whole floor, and then they can just write you up, and you can be kicked out of the dorms too. So you have to really it's like how you stay in a society where you have to follow every single thing, that every rule that is there, and then you have to like be not be inconvenience for other residents. So it's they have a lot of like good things that we can learn from, because you're not just living for yourself, but you're living with other people who also want to just survive over there. Because obviously student life is not that luxurious, I would say. But if you communicate and live together, it's gonna be luxurious for you.
So, was there any issue, any time, any incident, anything happening which you found was like, something that you would like to share?
uh yeah, so basically there's a lot of like people who bring people over, right? Because they have friends and they want to be playing video games, for instance. Like not so my roommate and everything, we were very like communicative, and we talked before. Like he used to text me if he was going to bring someone over to the room, so I would just go out, or I would like be there but not intervene in them. But I had this one friend who had like a party, like a house party, right, in the dorms, and the roommate did not really like it because he had finals at that moment. So and that's how the disparity happened. Like that's how people get mad at each other. And that I think that was the first experience where it was just you don't communicate, and then you just throw a party in your room, and obviously that's a small space for for a party going on. And that was very inconvenient, and that I was like, yep, this is not the mistake that I'm going to do, because I don't want to get written up, or I don't want to get any like bad vibes from it, from the person who I'm living with. So it just leaves a sour taste in your roommates or like suite mates mouth. So
One of the concerns that most students, international students, is how safe is the campus? Is there any
right.
problem? Sometimes we hear about shooting and they get worried. And
Yeah.
so, how safe is the campus?
So the campus that we are in is in Ypsilanti, Michigan. And I would not say that's the most safest campus, because there had been incidents before I went there, that there were a lot of people who had just guns in their hands, and like it's not the best, but it's also not the worst, because we live right next to the police department. And like now, from that moment forward, Eastern Michigan had like police going on rounds, and like they have a lot of police force over there right now, and like they keep uh watch on every single thing, because of also the last, I think this year itself, the incident happened, which like the shooting in the residence. So they took like major huge steps to not let that happen again. But I would say, just at night, just it's also our responsibility to not go outside at night, right? Like it's 12 or 1 o'clock. What are you doing outside? Because if you don't have any work, then you don't have to be outside at 1 o'clock. Like that's what I think that we should keep in mind when you are living in a very unknown space, because or you have to be with someone who's a local over there, and like they know where are the good places and the bad places. But it is a concern of like there's people who don't really care about people who are living over there and just do whatever they want. Like that's America for you.